What's good, people? RFG's back at it today, and I just wanted to go over this information regarding Dr. Malachi Z. York. I wanted to explain to everyone that this guy, Malachi Z. York, okay, was basically the first person to do what he did, okay, in 3,000 years, okay? Dr. Malachi Z. York was a very significant individual, and this person was hip to certain knowledge, okay, that allowed him to acquire the resources in the following to achieve something that no man has ever done in approximately 3,000 years, okay? Now, I know there is a stigma, okay, that's being labeled to his image, that's tarnishing his name right now, and that is the rape charge, okay, the supposed rape charge that Malachi Z. York was charged with in the past, okay? So when we look at what Malachi Z. York did, okay, for his people, for the Nubians, okay, he was the first person in the past 2,000 to 3,000 years to construct 3 pyramids and a sphinx outside of the city that we know as Atlanta, okay? And the mainstream media made it their duty not to report this information, not to report this knowledge, because, ladies and gentlemen, they don't want anybody finding out this information. They don't want anybody tapping into this information. They don't want anyone copying what Malachi Z. York did, okay? What he set in motion. So when we look at what this man did, okay, this man knew the information that America was the first Egypt, that America was connected to Atlantis. That's why Dr. Malachi Z. York built 3 pyramids outside of Atlanta, because he knew Atlanta was at one time connected to Atlantis, and Atlantis is now Antarctica, okay? Dr. Malachi Z. York knew this information. Dr. Malachi Z. York started to create his own currency, started to get control of his own material resources, to set up his own society and his own communities, okay? And he was organizing and getting his people together, taking action, not just bullshitting and just, you know what I'm saying, just giving people lip service, okay? He was actually backing up his lectures with actions, okay? So here you see the pyramids that Malachi Z. York and everybody in his organization, the pyramids that they constructed outside of Atlanta, okay? Malachi Z. York was about to set humanity back to the golden ages. Let me repeat. Dr. Malachi Z. York was about to set his people back, okay? All melanated people in America, all of our relatives were about to be put back to the golden ages if this man would have continued what he had going, okay? So what happened to Malachi Z. York after the government found that he was doing these construction sites of, building pyramids, and he was forming his own currency, getting together with like-minded individuals, and they were constructing their own community, which would have started, okay, the Kemet civilization in America again, okay? First person in 3,000 years to do this, and what does the government do? They sentenced Dr. York to 135 years in prison. They sentenced him to 135 years in prison, okay? Now, a lot of people will say that, oh, he got that 135-year sentence because of the rape charges, because of the molestation charges. Well, and they say he also pled guilty. He pled guilty. Ladies and gentlemen, just because you plead guilty does not mean you are guilty. Case in point, Michael Vick. We all know that Michael Vick had nothing to do with fighting dogs on Michael Vick's property. That was only Michael Vick's family and friends that were fighting dogs on Michael Vick's property. But what happened? Michael Vick still had to plead guilty, and he had to say that he did it because the NFL paid him off to do that. Okay? The NFL told Michael Vick that you're going to get out of prison after 18 months. Okay, you're going to be well paid. Just go ahead and go through with this process. Go through with this ritual. Go through with this shaming ritual. Okay? Just because you plead guilty does not mean you're guilty. Michael Vick did not hurt any dogs, did not kill any dogs. All that happened was his family members and friends were involved in dogfighting. Okay? And so that just proves just because you plead guilty does not mean you are guilty. Okay? Also, Dr. Malachi Z. York's son, Prince York, basically claims that his father is innocent. That Dr. Malachi Z. York is innocent. You know why? Because I've had people hit me up personally on Instagram and tell me that one of Malachi Z. York's other sons, okay, was paid off by the FBI to give Malachi Z. York's location. Okay, Malachi Z. York, his son, was bribed to give the location of Malachi Z. York to the FBI and the CIA. So one of his sons was bribed to sell him out, people. Okay, this son that you're looking at right now, okay, was one of the loyal ones that is telling the truth and saying that his father is innocent. Okay, so when we look at this situation and what the FBI and the CIA are reporting on Malachi Z. York, they're saying that kids from 4 to 18 were abused in a sex act, okay, molestation and rape. It's right here. It says the child molestation case against Nuwaubian leader Dwight York escalated Monday in state and federal court in Eatonin. A Putnam County grand jury issued a 116-count indictment for the 56-year-old leader of the United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors, a quasi-religious group whose 150 to 200 members live in a rural compound that features huge pyramids and large gate covered with hieroglyphics. York was charged with 74 counts of child molestation, 29 counts of aggravated child molestation and related charges, including 1 count of rape. Okay, now, people, when you hear me say this information, I just want you to understand that this is coming from the FBI and the CIA, and I want you to take something into perspective here. I'm assuming that 85 to 90% of these quote-unquote victims had to have been of melanated descent, had to have been quote-unquote black. So I want to ask you, what black mother do you know, okay, that is going to let their child get molested and not speak out about it on some kind of social platform? On some kind of social platform. You see what I'm saying? Seeking some kind of justice. Okay? Right here, it says 74 counts of child molestation, 29 counts of aggravated child molestation charges. So you're telling me close to 74 black mothers are going to have their child's, you know what I'm saying, their child's become molested and raped, and there's not going to be some kind of public outcry. There's not going to be some kind of, you know what I'm saying, mothers speaking on social platforms that are, you know what I'm saying, exposing Malachi Z. York. I want one person to show me the mothers, okay, any of these 74 mothers that are speaking out on any kind of social platform claiming that Malachi Z. York raped their child. Because I'm sorry, people, because the only thing I can find is when I go on YouTube and I put in Malachi Z. York, child molester, and I get this. It's right here. This is basically proving that she was telling people that people were paid off to call Malachi Z. York a child molester.
My name is Keisha Wood, and I'm 22 years old. My name is in the indictment as one of the alleged victims, and I was never molested. Never, ever. I never saw anybody get molested.
It's right there. You heard it. You heard it from the person's mouth. Now, if we can get this same female to say what she said, okay, in public, okay, because that's not what she said on this video. She said she was never molested. She said she was never touched, okay. But then there's articles popping up saying that in 2016, she's saying that she lied in the video. Well, I find this very interesting. I find this very interesting because when we talk to Malachi Z. York's son, okay, is claiming that one of his other sons, Malachi Z. York, okay, one of his sons is claiming that one of his other sons was paid off by the government, paid off by the FBI and the CIA to give them the location, okay, of Malachi Z. York. So wait a second. Why would the FBI and the CIA, why would they pay people? Why would they pay people just to have a particular individual's location? Why would that happen? This guy right here is saying his father is innocent. And saying that his brother set his own father up. Saying that other people were paid off to say that he was a child molester. So let's keep it going, people. Malachi Z. York was getting ready to set humanity back, okay, back to the golden ages, okay, constructing pyramids, constructing another sphinx, getting another currency that's off of the bullshit fiat currency that we're under right now, okay, and he was set up by the FBI and the CIA, okay, and they basically framed him by paying off people claiming that he molested them, people. Okay? People, we have to think very, very carefully. We heard it from the woman's mouth. That's why this video says, another listed victim of Malachi Z. York says he molested her. Question mark. Question mark. Because this is a very big question mark, ladies and gentlemen. We have an individual who is an adult at 22 years old. You're not a little girl. You are an adult. And she is saying that she was not molested in this video. And there is no video evidence of her claiming that she was molested. Okay, I have no video evidence of her saying this on this date of 2016. Okay? If anybody has this video of her saying this, you know what I'm saying? Send me the link. Like I said, send me the link, man. Send me the link. Because this shit just sounds too sketchy to me. It sounds too fishy to me. This guy did something that no man did in 3,000 years. getting ready to set people back to the golden ages, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, okay, this guy supposedly raped and molested 74 children? 74 children? I mean, what kind of sense does that make? I mean, I'm just being real. That doesn't even make any sense. 74 black mothers staying complacent? This right here says that it's children being molested. Children. So there's 74 black mothers out there who are staying silent. I don't know. That sounds, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to make this out to be a joke, but you know what I'm saying? I have a black mother, and you know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying, most of my subscribers have black mothers, and damn it, I don't know too many black mothers out there who would stay silent if their child has been molested. You know what I'm saying? But hey, what do I know? What do I know? I know that this man was getting ready to set people back to the golden ages, set society back to the golden ages. And I do know that the FBI said that Malcolm X was a homosexual. I do know that the FBI said that Malcolm X was homosexual. I do know that the FBI and the CIA said that that Martin Luther King was cheating on his wife. I do know that. But it just saddens me and sickens me to see people that just fall for the media's bullshit, that fall for the FBI and the CIA's bullshit. Okay, we call ourselves so-called conscious people, but we're so ready to believe the motherfucking FBI and the CIA before our own people. Before our own people, we'll believe that Malcolm X was a homosexual and Dr. Martin Luther King was a cheater. You see what I'm saying? And we'll believe that Malachi Z. York was a child molester. Okay, just because the fucking FBI said it. Just because the FBI said it. So we'd rather believe the fucking enemy before our leaders. What does that say about us? What does that say about our conscious state? What does that say about us? That's bad, man. That's bad. That's terrible. That is fucking terrible, man. That same motherfuckers that said FBI, that said Martin Luther King was cheating on his wife and said that Malcolm X was a homosexual. We're going to believe those same people. We're going to believe that same fucking organization. Oh, really? And now all of a sudden, this man, Dr. Malachi Z. York, is getting ready to you know what I'm saying, set humanity straight. And, out of the blue, he rapes and molests 74 children, you know what I'm saying? And 74 black mothers stay silent. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Somebody's going to have to show me. Somebody's going to have to show me the evidence, man. You're going to have to show me the evidence. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny is, okay, they gave him 135 years, but they also put him in an underground prison. Do you know that they put Malachi Z. York in an underground prison? Now, wait a second. He was in Georgia. Most of the white people who run the jails and the prison system in Georgia, they're very racist people. So why would they want Dr. York, separate from the other inmates in the jails and the prisons? Wouldn't they want Malachi Z. York to face his karma in prison with the other inmates? Why would they want him separate from the other inmates if he's a quote-unquote rapist, like they say? People, I'm telling you, you keep falling for the okie doke. You keep falling for the fucking okie doke. And that's why a lot of people out here are going to perish, because they rather believe their fucking oppressor than their master teachers. 135 fucking years for building pyramids in a sphinx and for making his own fucking currency. Show me the proof that he raped 74 kids. Where are the black mothers? I don't know any black mother on the planet that's going to stay silent after her child gets molested. I don't know one. But we rather believe coons and fucking con artists that want to talk bad about our master teachers without doing their fucking research. And it sickens me. It sickens me, man. It fucking sickens me. You know what I'm saying? This man put his money where his fucking mouth was and was getting ready to set humanity back to the golden ages. You know what I'm saying? But we got coons, we got fucking coons and buffoons, you know what I'm saying, who want to say, oh, he was a child molester. You know what I'm saying? He raped kids. He's not credible. Well, what are your sources, man? What are your sources? Oh, the FBI and the CIA. Oh, you're talking about the same motherfuckers who tried to tarnish Martin Luther King and Malcolm X's image? People, we got to fucking wake up, man. We got to wake up. We have got to wake up. Okay? This guy, Malachi York, he knew about the DNA of the melanated people on the planet coming from the Sirius C star system. He knew about that. He knew about the Nomos gods, okay, with green skin, who are inhabiting one of the moons of Saturn. He knew about that. He knew about the interterrestrials and the Greys and the reptilians living in inner Earth. Okay. He knew that an alkaline body could easily defeat them. He knew that information. Okay. He knew how to build fucking pyramids, something that no man has done in 3,000 years. He knew how to do this, people. Okay. That is why he got 135 years. The government doesn't want anyone knowing or practicing this knowledge or this information. That's why he got 135 years. And that's why he's not even fucking allowed in the same prison cells as the murderers and the rapists. Because he's not a murderer and a fucking rapist. Because the government doesn't want him spreading that information to the other fucking inmates. You dumbasses. God damn, man. People are so stupid, man. People out here, they rather believe the fucking oppressors, the fucking enemies, the FBI and the CIA. They rather believe them than to believe their own master teachers, man. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? The truest goddamn statement in that Bible, man, was my people are going to perish for lack of knowledge. And that's the truest thing I've ever heard in my life, man, since I've been on this spiritual journey, man. That's really all I had to say on this topic. I appreciate everyone who supports Atlantean and RFG movement. And like I said earlier in this video, if anybody has any proof that this guy is guilty, please show it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes or anything. But if you have any proof to combat what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, that absolutely proves without a doubt that he's guilty, please show it to me. Because as far as I'm concerned, the information that I looked at was he was another enlightened individual. He was a soul that was put back here on this planet to set humanity back to the golden ages. And the government set his ass up because they knew what he was doing was going to pull people out of Babylon and set humanity back to the golden ages. And so they set his ass up and lied and said that he was a rapist and a molester. That's how I see it. Off of the information I've been given, that's how I see it. Not I call it how I see it. So, like I said, if any of you guys have information that says otherwise, please bring it to my attention. Okay? So I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please share this video, like it. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.